Okay. Are we live? Look at this. Woo! Okay. Guess I should tweet out that I'm live. Now, see, this is the second time I've done this. Where is the chat? Do I have to like watch my own event? Where's my chat? Oh, it's so frustrating. Ah! What's going on? No. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I've only done one live stream before, and I forget where all the stuff is, the chat and all that. So forgive me. We'll get there. Oh my goodness. I remember I shrunk this. Oh, it's just going to be like 20 minutes of me trying to figure out how the internet works. So stupid. Hi, Bane. Hi, Bane. Yes, I want to watch myself. Yes, but mute myself. There we go. Okay. Hi, Shannon. See, I can see the text now. Okay, we're good. Thank goodness. Okay. I guess I should tweet out and let people know that I'm here. I'm here. I have survived. I did make it through. The door is apparently not open enough for Bane. Never mind. He figured it out. He's got it. Oh, cats. All right. I guess I should tweet out to peoples. Not that I know that many peoples, but all right. Oh, I don't even know how. So sad. Oh, goodness. Oh, share. The button that says share. You're tricky. You're tricky. YouTube and all your fancy stuff. All right. Tweet. Should tweet on the Grinchathon Twitter, but I can't remember the password except for on my phone, and my phone doesn't like me right now. So, oh, I don't want to see Donald Trump on my feed. This is a happy time, not poopy face time. Get him out of here. Twitter. Oh my goodness, stop. No one wants to see that. God, it's awful. My internet has been really spotty lately, so I'm going to hope that we have like a good connection for this. Oh, it says we have 3 viewers, which means we have 2 because one of them is me watching the chat because I don't know how else to do it. So stupid. I wonder if I can like pause streaming but still get the chat. I should still be able to do it. There we go. So that way it's not like lagging on me. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I guess I should introduce the stream. I did postpone it, so that kind of sucks. I do look like crap. I did not do anything that yeah, I don't, yeah, Shannon, I don't. Live streaming is so weird. But yeah, I do look like crap. The past few days and the past couple weeks have been really rough. They haven't been the funnest. They've been unfortunate. See the pun I did there? I've been working a lot of hours and the stress is feeling me. But today I decided to completely rearrange my entire bedroom. Why? I don't know. I just did it. So that's why I look like this. Thank God you can't smell me because it's probably not pleasant. I am in desperate need of a shower after this. But I'm staying hydrated. It's important. There's also a huge cup of coffee right next to it that will probably dehydrate me, but it's all right. So, so I am here to talk about the first book in the series of Unfortunate Events, which I have many, 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 many editions of. I am a little obsessed. So I guess I should start by saying, like, I should start by asking, Shannon, I think you're the only one here, but I'm going to ask you, was this your first time reading them or was it your like reread? Oh my God, I can't even formulate words. I'm just that excited. Was it a reread for you or was it your first time reading them? Also, my neighbors are playing clarinet. Well, not all of them. That would be phenomenal if every single one of my neighbors played clarinet. But one of the kids is learning how to play clarinet, and it's lovely. I think I started it because I was over in my bedroom playing guitar. So they probably heard me playing guitar, and then like, ooh, we should practice our clarinet and start a band. And I'm like, no, but I don't want to be in a band with you. You're my neighbors. My thought process, it's a mess in here. This is why I don't do live streams that often. I do edited videos because they would be hours long because it would just be me doing this. Oh, it was your first time reading them? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so great to have, well, first time reading the first book. It's so great to have a Series of Unfortunate Events virgin with me here. Oh my goodness. I am so happy. They are phenomenal. I'm a little biased. So my personal story with the Series of Unfortunate Events, they came out at a weird time period for middle grade. They came out around the same time as Harry Potter. So it was, hey, hi, it's Catherine, right? I had to write it down because like I know you by your screen name and I know you're from like Grinchathon. Hi, Catherine, good to have you. I have like all your questions like written down. Anyway, I was just talking about my first experience with the Series of Unfortunate Events. Were they a reread? They were a reread for you as well. Awesome. Shannon here is a virgin, and it makes me so. Well, you're, a Series of Unfortunate Events virgin. And it was. Oh, I just love that I'm introducing people to the series because it's so important. But anyway, I was talking about my first experience with the series. So yeah, they came out at a really weird time for middle grade. Harry Potter was all the rage when they were out, and I feel like so many middle grade series got really looked under the radar. Like they just completely passed through, and everyone was hyping up Harry Potter, which it deserves. See, it's right there on the shelf too, but it is, notice how it's below Series of Unfortunate Events for me. That's how it is in my mind too. No offense to Harry Potter, but so at the time period when Series of Unfortunate Events came out, I don't think it was widely popular. I was the only one that I knew that read them. I was reading them as they were coming out. Like, my bookstore at the time, which was a Borders? No, it was a Walden Books. And if you live in the States, you know that Walden Books is like dead. No, it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, yeah, shelf priorities. Yes. It goes up top for a reason. It's very important that it's up there and in my eye line at all times. But yeah, so I used to have to go to Walden Books. I used to have to drag my dad there, and not really. He had to drive, obviously. I was like a kid. But I used to have him like have them special order it for me the next book. Like after I was finished with the first book, I mean the like whatever book I was reading, I would have to look up like the release date for the next one, which was usually, I think it was usually like a year later, I believe. Or a couple months, 6 months to a year. I don't remember. But I used to have them pre-order the next one for me and special order it in because they had none on the shelf ever. It was so frustrating because tons of Harry Potter, no Series of Unfortunate Events. So also around the time that the Series of Unfortunate Events, that I first read them, the first book, my parents were getting a divorce, which is really sad. It was not that sad, I guess, because obviously they weren't compatible. But yeah, it was a dark time for a kid. And it was unfortunate time, I should say. I'm going to use that pun a lot because I can. But yeah, it was a rough time. So something like this, where these kids were in these unfortunate circumstances, was really relatable. Even though their parents were dead, it wasn't like, for me, it was just like, the family is breaking up. So it was kind of similar for me in my head. I was a kid. So yeah, these books like called to me. Without the first book of the Series of Unfortunate Events, I don't know where I would be today. But yeah, they're I'm a little biased when I come to them, like when I speak about them, because they are very, very precious to me. Very precious. I get a little choked up. The first book, this is actually the first copy that I've ever owned. See how it's like warped? It's waterlogged. there are like, it has the teacher's name that I got this from. The teacher gave it to me finally, I think, or I stole it. I can't remember. I might have stole it, but I can't remember. But yeah, they so this is like the first copy that I've ever touched, and it's very precious to me, even though it's waterlogged and beat up. But yeah, so that's my story, which is very sad, but I guess it fits the mood of them. Yes, yes, Shannon. It was really weird. They always had a special order. But as the series went on, they actually were there was like a whole bunch of them on the shelf, like after the series got towards the end. So obviously someone was reading them, or they thought, hey, this girl is pre-ordering them, so someone's got to be reading them. It's nuts. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice that you started reading them like after they started coming out. Oh, you got to buy them in bulk. See, that's nice. See, that I enjoyed that they like, I hated the wait. I think that's really annoying. I think a lot of us everyone that reads books, I feel like hates that wait period. So it would have been nice to be able to just like binge through them, or just, you know, at least have it there. Oh, it was nuts. Although my bookstore wasn't that far. It wasn't a 2-day drive. Oh my goodness. Mine was right down the street. So it wasn't a big deal. They would like call me and be like, hey, your book's in, and I would go and get it. And we were really poor at the time. I mean, we were going through like divorce. Well, we weren't, but my parents were going through a divorce. So it was like we didn't have a lot of money, and my dad would always, a bird just flew at the window. Okay, my cat is not here. Calm down. My dad would always like scrape up cash for us for books. That's why I'm a book hoarder. That's why I'm a book hoarder today, because I need all of them. But yeah, it was some good times. Not really. But I'm really grateful for the books. I'm really grateful. What editions did people read? Oh, did you? The Accelerated Reader Program. Oh my God, I remember the Accelerated Reader Program. Oh my goodness. I remember reading a passage, because I didn't read the whole thing, of Moby Dick, because it was worth like 300 points. And I remember like, because you used to have to take like those quizzes, right? So you would get the points. And I remember like taking the quizzes and like guessing. But like, yeah, I like tried so hard to read Moby Dick so I could just be done with it, so that way I could read what I wanted to read. Because whatever I wanted to read was never on the Accelerated Reader Program. It was so annoying. Oh my goodness. Anyway, what editions did people read? Did you like listen to the audiobook? Did you read a physical edition? Did you borrow it from the library? Bonus points if you borrowed it from the library. I didn't borrow it from the library, so I can't say anything. I personally have, like I said, I have many editions of this book. Look at this. This is nuts. This is just the first book. So I have two paperbacks here. This one we've already shown you. This is my original copy. Then I annotated this one, which really hurt, by the way. Annotating a book is hard. Like, it's hard to actually write in a book. But I did. I like annotated the sides and wrote in it and tabbed it out and all that fun things. I think I have one other one of these that I've tabbed out as well, another paperback. I have the hardcover, which I believe is my hardcover. I think this is like my first hardcover edition of this. I have the special edition, which is gorgeous, by the way. Look at this. Oh my God. So it's so beautiful. And it comes with a Marvelous Marriage poster. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it's neat. Got a little sleeve and everything. I'm like obsessed with it. Now it won't go back in the box. And I also own this one. This one's a newer edition. It's got like a different title and everything. Or Orphans. It's like, it's got different drawings as well, and things are different in here. Is this whole story different? Oh my God, I've never read this one. There's different stuff in that one too. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I did annotate it. I really did. Yay, you borrowed it from the library, Shannon. Always support your local library if you can. Did your library form, the ebook form, have the illustrations as well in it? Because those are really cool as well. Physical hardback, yes. I did annotate that quote on that page that I actually opened up to. It's the line where Count Olaf goes, "I am your father," and I wrote in it, I'm like, no, it can't be true, and which is a quote from Star Wars when Luke finds out, when Vader confesses that he's Luke's father. Yeah. I'm sitting here writing it out, giggling to myself, even though no one's ever gonna see it. Oh, the hardcovers are really nice. They do that weird thing with the pages, though, that, like, you know, like there's some uneven ones, and the insides are really gorgeous. Like there, and this picture always changes of Count Olaf with every book. Ooh, spoiler alert, Count Olaf. But it changes with every single book. I believe the top picture changes as well of the orphans. The orphans. Oh, I sound like him. The hardcover, yes, they do make soft covers, by the way. Yes, they're very awesome. I like to read the soft covers, but I like to have the hardcover sit on my shelf because that's how I work. Yes, the special edition is gorgeous. They added something to this other edition. I'm gonna have to read it. It's so different. It might be like the whole story is different. That would be nuts, right? The illustrations are definitely different. No, here's some of it. Some of it's the same. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. It's probably like totally different. Oh, good. I'm glad you had the illustrations. I feel like they play a very like integral part to the story. Like A Monster Calls. I feel like they're very like inclusive to the story. I think A Monster Calls, by the way, if you haven't read that, you have to read that with the illustrations. I feel like if you don't, it takes away so much of the story. Those illustrations are gorgeous. I believe they're made by the same person that did the scary book, like more scary, more, what are they called? Like I'm trying to see them for my shelf, but I don't know where they are. Like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I was obsessed with them as a kid, but I think that's the same person. Oh no, wait. It might be the same person who did the illustrations for the Harry Potters, actually. I can't remember. I'm out of it. I'm delirious. Oh, did you like that crossover? Yeah. my whole world is like, in my head is like 95% Star Wars half the time. Like, look, okay, look at this. See, Series of Unfortunate Events is there, and you know how high that is on my list. But look at the shelf. If you watch my videos, you've seen it before. Look at the shelf above it. I mean, that's all Star Wars up there. There's a Tauntaun. Look at there's a lightsaber up there, Stormtrooper helmet. There's Boba Fett. I'm a little obsessed, but yeah. Anyway. I haven't read Philip Glass's memoir. A lot of books do that uneven pages thing. I'm listening to the audiobook and reading Dracula, and it's like that. But this edition is gorgeous. I can't decide if I like the uneven pages or if I hate them. Like I'm just like in between, like how I feel. Ooh, my coffee's bad now. It's apparently, according to my coffee maker. Need to make a new batch. I can't. That'd be bad. He would rewrite the whole story and release it again. He would. That's totally the way Lemony Snicket works. So if you didn't know, Lemony Snicket is a pen name. I believe it's Daniel Handler. Yes. And I tried reading one of his other books. I actually have it. It's like right there, but I don't want to go and get it. His other stuff, like his stuff under his real name, is just not as good as his middle grade stuff. I did read the first book. If I can find it. I'm totally prepared, you know. I did read the first book in this series, which maybe we will all read these together, like after I'm done with Series of Unfortunate Events, if you want to. But yeah, these are like, this was just as good as like the series of unfortunate events. Different, very different, but also very the same, if that makes any sense at all. But I do his middle grade stuff is great, but his adult stuff, or trying to be more adult stuff, is not, under his real name, is not that great. You have a Tauntaun? I wish I had a real Tauntaun, especially with all this snow we've been getting all year. Oh my goodness, I'm so, all year, I mean winter. I don't know. I don't think Uneven Pages means first edition. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just something they do to be fancy sometimes. I don't know. But I have so many books that are like that, and I don't, it seems like it would be more work. So maybe that's why people like it, because it's like more work to make them like that. Which it's funny because it looks like it's less work. Okay, I think I showed you guys all my stuff. I also, does anyone have any like series of unfortunate events merch? Shannon probably doesn't because she just started reading them, but maybe you'll grow to get so much stuff. But that, there is an 8-ball right there. That is the series of unfortunate events 8-ball. I have the Beatrice letters, which is up there. I have a special book binder, which is really cool. It's actually, if I can reach it, here's where I knock everything down. Oh God, please don't fall. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Look how cool this is. It's like an actual like binder. Ooh, there's stuff in here. Look, there's a wanted poster. That's got some spoilers on it. Sorry, Shannon. But it's got like this chart in here too that has all of like the titles, and it tells you like all the titles, and it tells you the Guardian, alias for Count Olaf, the library visited in that book, the invention created. It's really cool. And there's like a cast of characters. This thing is awesome. This is like one of the coolest things. There's a crochet pattern for a chicken that I made. It's really important. But yeah, isn't this cool? So cool. Oh, that's actually one of the questions that we were going to get to anyway. I was going to talk about adaptations regardless. So this is a really touchy subject. It's very touchy. Adaptations wise, if you're looking for an adaptation for Series of Unfortunate Events, the binder is really cool, right? I love it. I love it. If you're looking for an adaptation for Series of Unfortunate Events, do not save yourself some trouble and never, ever, 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 ever watch the movie that came out in 2000 something with Jim Carrey. Don't watch it. It's garbage. It is the worst thing ever. Most of us faithful, I want to say most of us because I'm sure there's like a few, but everyone that I've met that has read Series of Unfortunate Events and loved it and is obsessed with it will say the same thing, that movie is absolute garbage and it needs to be thrown in the trash. And we try to just strike it from our memory that it never happened ever. It's so awful. And I'll get into that in a minute. But the show, the Netflix original show. So I could do a whole live stream just on that show. So here's the deal. Hi Nuggets, by the way. How are you doing? So here's the deal. The Netflix original show was really scary for me. Really scary. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I've already gone into it. This series is very, very important to me. It is my babies. So just to have that touched again is just, especially since we had that terrible god-awful movie, it's been really rough. Okay. And it's been very nerve-wracking thinking about it being made. But Daniel Handler is an executive producer, I believe, on the show, which was helpful. When I found out that Neil Patrick Harris was playing Olaf, I was actually very, 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 very scared. I kind of wanted nobody to play him. Like a nobody actress. I don't care. They could have cast a woman. That would have been interesting. but let's be real, Olaf is very gender bendy. But yeah, it was very nervous. But all in all, either I'm getting super soft in my old age, or or I've just accepted it. I do like the show. I do like it. I still have issues. I'm always going to have issues, especially with such a precious series. But I do like it. I haven't been enjoying it. The first episode was so nerve-wracking for me when they first came out. Like, it was my most anticipated show when it first came out, and I'm just like, I'm like getting prepared, and like it was one of those. Usually, I put it on TV and it's on, and like I'll do other things. I even read with the TV on sometimes. I'm weird. But I'll do other things. But this is like one of those shows where I'm like, I'm ready. And the boyfriend had to be out of the house, everything. He was not allowed to be here because he would have criticized it even more, and it would have made me really mad. Even though he's never read the books. But yeah, overall, I think it's a lot better done. I think it's the fact that it is a show that it's better done. Because this series, I think, is a series that needs a show, not a movie. That's stupid. They can do a lot more with it. They've been taking some liberties with it. They've been changing some things, which I'm actually all right with. But overall, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I haven't watched any of season 2 yet. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not ready because every single time I watch it, it's nerve-wracking. But yeah, I personally think it's all right. But like I said, maybe I'm just like comparing it to that god-awful movie and it just makes it look better. Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf is surprising. I think Count Olaf is one of the hardest characters to cast, in my opinion, because he's such a unique villain. He has to be like, I feel like everyone else in that movie, in the show or in the movie, would be super easy to cast, like replaceable. I think everybody's pretty much replaceable, but I think that the Count Olaf is a very unique villain. He is humorous while not being humorous. Like, he's someone who is so just maniacal. Like, he comes off as stupid and goofy at times, very, very slightly. But I think that's what's most terrifying about him, is the fact that he is super freaking smart and he knows what he's doing, and he's like super. He is probably one of the most terrifying villains ever. He is creepy. He would be really creepy as a female villain. Oh my goodness. He'd be something. Oh my goodness. Yeah, which I guess comes to one of Catherine's questions. Who was your favorite villain in the books? She said, it really made me laugh. You said Poe because he's criminally useless. I know, right? Poe is something. Poe is just, he's a piece of garbage. Every time he coughs in the book, I have a little annotation that says he should really get that looked at. And then, like, the next time he coughs, I'm like, he should really, really get that looked at. This is what you can do if you want to watch the TV series and you've only read book 1. Just watch the first episode, because the first episode is based around book 1. So yeah, it's safe. Fortunately, it's very safe. Do not watch the movie. The movie is 3 books, I believe 3 books shoved into 1 movie. It is awful. Oh my goodness. I have so many. And Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey, by the way. Someone mentioned Jim Carrey though. I love Jim Carrey, like as an actor, not as a person. He's kind of a little nuts, you guys. Like he's kind of losing his marbles lately. But that's a whole other topic. But as an actor, I do enjoy Jim Carrey quite a bit. But he is not right for Count Olaf, because he tried to make it way too freaking funny, and it was just stupid, because Count Olaf is not a funny character. He is a terrifying villain. Yes, the film it's garbage. I remember when it came out, and I actually introduced A Series of Unfortunate Events to a friend at the time, and I made her read them. And I was actually really like super protective of them, and I didn't want to let her read them because I was weird. We were in like high school, I believe, when the movie came out. And I'm like, she's like, should I read the books? And she's like, you have them, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to let you borrow them though. I'm like, this is my thing. This is me. This is like all of me bared out in pages. But yeah, I finally let her borrow them, and she watched the movies. And I mean, she watched the movie with me. We went to the movie theater. First, the poster came out. We bitched about that like nonstop, and we bitched about the casting. And then the movie came out. And we watched it, and we came out of the theater like, can we have our money back? Like, it was just, ugh. And we just bitched the whole entire way home. Our parents probably loved us. Anyway, back to your favorite villain. Sorry. Because there are quite a few, even though there's only Count Olaf is your head guy, but I mean, his troop is equally as terrifying in the books, I think. I don't know. I like the guy with the hook for hands. That's my hook for hands motion, which is kind of mean to the handicapped. Yeah, but I do agree. Poe is definitely, he's up there in my villains. You know, something that I noticed as I got older and I reread the books a couple times, it took me forever to notice that Poe's children in the book are named, one of them is named Albert, which is hilarious, and the other one is named Edgar. So Edgar Allan Poe. I wonder if he intentionally did that. I hope he did. Oh, that's so great. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Poe has he needs to get his cough looked at really badly. It's something. I really love the band of characters. The troop is pretty great. Well, not great. They're awful, but you noticed the Edgar Allan Poe thing as well. It's so funny. I didn't realize that until I was like an adult and I read the books again. Like, I never caught it the first time, which is hilarious because even as a kid, like, I loved Edgar Allan Poe as well. I mean, that's kind of in the same genre. I mean, it's unfortunate and sad poetry and horror, but I mean, some of it's so sad. I mean, he was just a sad drunk. Poor Edgar Allan Poe. I just spilled water all over myself. I'm glad I did that on camera. Has anyone ever seen Airplane? I have a drinking problem, and he just would throw the drink on himself. It's a weird reference, but... Oh, what other questions? Anyone? So anyone's favorite villain? Did we mention villains? I mentioned villains. Like I said, Count Olaf, absolutely terrifying. He is probably one of the scariest people to me because he gets pushed, like, especially because the adults in this are so incompetent, and they are frustratingly incompetent. But I think there's like a play there. I think he did that for a reason. I think, like Lemony Snicket, I think he did that for a reason because kids kind of feel like that a lot of times. Like, the adults don't listen to them and think that they can think logically. But yeah, they're just, the adults in all of the series are, they're pretty fucking frustrating. Excuse my language, but they're pretty frustrating. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't call me Shirley. Roger. What's your vector, Victor? Yeah, the eyes over the house. They are important. You want to pay attention to the eyes again. That takes me to favorite illustration. If eyes are a villain. I would say if it creeps you out, then it counts. So that brings me to illustrations in the book. And Catherine asked, I'm saying your name right? It's Catherine? Oh God. What if this whole time I'm saying your name wrong and I just made up like a I dub thee Catherine. She mentioned that what was it? Her favorite was it chapter 2? I don't know which one. House, the burning house, which I agree. This is a really beautiful illustration. I really like this one a lot. Notice there's an annotation right there. I really like that. And you said chapter 7. I can't remember which one that is. Oh, good. That's really cool too. I just burped. Totally attractive. Yeah, that one's really cool too. I really like that one. But my favorite, Catherine is correct. Good. My favorite is actually, which comes to the eye thing, like this one. This one on page 2. So this one is the only illustration in this book, I think, that is like mid-story. Like this one here, it was so important. So like that I like that one a lot because it's just like, this is supposed to be here. But my favorite is, what did I say? It was chapter 12, I think, is my favorite one, which comes back to the to the eyeball thing. Where is it? Where's chapter 12? What page is that? Oh, here, with Count Olaf's ankle. Not kidding you. Okay, I don't have any tattoos, and I probably will never get a tattoo. I always said that if I became a paleontologist, which is like my dream job, I would get a little dinosaur tattoo right here, a little like long neck or something. I know, really, really professional paleontologist. I'm sitting here saying long neck. I would probably get a dinosaur tattoo if I became a paleontologist, but seriously, if I had tattoos and I was a tattoo person, I would get that eye on my ankle in a second. Oh my goodness. That's what I want that tattoo so bad. So it's so good. And you know that only the coolest people like you guys would get the reference. And that's what makes it such a great tattoo, because other people will be like, what the frick is on her ankle? And you guys would be like, oh my God, Sears is a first offense. Yes. You know, well, maybe not that reaction. You'd probably be like, oh no, you're Count Olaf in disguise as an Izzy. Oh, the coffee's gone. Back to the water. So does anyone have any favorite illustrations in the book? They're gorgeous. I really love the guy who does the illustration. I don't know who does the illustrations in the other middle grade series. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. It's not. It's not. It's Seth. It is. Yeah, it is different. The illustrations are different in this one. Quite different. They're like purple. I mean, not purple. They're like blue. Look at these. They're quite different. Wouldn't that, oh my goodness, that'd be like the biggest bit of this. I'm just like, ha ha ha, I'm Count Olaf this whole time. Made you read my book. It's all a ploy. There's something wrong with me. Oh my goodness. So any illustrations? I know yours already, Catherine. You shouldn't have sent me all those questions. I wrote them down. I got serious about this. I'm answering people's questions. I really love those illustrations, though. I think they're gorgeous. I think they add so much to the story, even though they're usually only on the page header. I think it adds so much to it. And I love like getting to see Count Olaf. Like they, you know, like the front cover is really like iconic too. Like, oof. It just tells you right off the bat that this is not a safe book. That also leads to another topic. I personally, Shannon, I'd love to hear your opinion, because you're a Series of Unfortunate virgin, and yes, I'm going to keep awkwardly referring to it as that. Oh yeah, can't remember them offhand. Well, none of them. What was I gonna say? Oh my goodness, I lost it. Oh, Lemony Snicket, like his narrating he does throughout the book. Because he does narrate some of it, which is really cool. I love it. Was there any like type of passage that you ended up loving that he like narrated? Because like he does like he like takes you out of the story for a minute and be like, hey, guess what? This is really unfortunate. If you don't want to read, like in the last chapter, he's like, hey, I know you guys are getting your hopes up, but joke's on you. It's about ready to get even more unfortunate. Sorry. I love that. I think as a kid, because like you're constantly told what you can't do. I feel like I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna keep reading because you can't stop me, Lemony Snicket. You're not here. And I think it pushed me to like keep reading the series because of that. Like even on the back cover, it describes the book and it says like, dear reader, this is awful. Don't read this. And you're just like, yes, I'm gonna read it because you can't stop me. He does. Did you find it distracting when he did that, or did you like enjoy it? See, I never thought it was really distracting. I thought it was like engaging with me and kept me reading. But oh, I just like choked on my own air. but I could understand like if it would be distracting, especially for like to read them as an adult. Yes, yes. It is really surprising. I think that's what drew me in. Like at the beginning, he reiterates, and he does that throughout the whole series. Spoiler alert! But he does that throughout the whole series. He does like reiterate, like, this is unfortunate. You probably don't want to keep reading this. Just saying, put it down. But like I said, I think it keeps you reading it, so I think it's a good thing. The kids, you mean the orphans? do you mean Violet, Klaus, and Sunny, or do you mean like the kids that are reading it? Because that's a whole nother topic there. I'm almost out of water too. I'm almost out of fluids, you guys. I do think it was engaging. Yeah. I think it added to the story. Like I said, as a kid, it really like hooked me in. But I'm a little bit biased, like reading them as an adult. It's really cool to be reading that, like to know someone that's reading them as an adult, because it like, it really, it means a lot. Because so like so many people that I've read, I mean, I've talked to about it, have already read it, and they read it as a kid. So it's like to hear someone's like opinion as an adult, since I'm already biased, is really cool. Oh yeah, yeah. The kids, Violet, Klaus, and Sunny. So here's the deal: as a kid, I super related to them. Like I like could see myself in each of them. Maybe not so much Sunny. I mean, she was a baby and she chewed on things. I wasn't. I was quite older and did not chew on things. Did not have sharp teeth. But as an adult, reading the books, like the first time I read them as an adult, I just wanted to adopt them. And I don't like kids, but if Violet, Klaus, and Sunny were like my kids, like if I had the opportunity to adopt them, oh my god, I would adopt them so quick. And I would punch Count Olaf in his private parts and get rid of him. The kids are like so near and dear to my heart now. As it's really funny because like I feel like I grew up with the books, and as I grew up, well, I did grow up with the books, but like as I got older, like when I first read the books, I super related to Klaus because he was a reader, you know, super engaged with him. And then as I got older and I read them again, I super related to Violet. I'm like, ah, yes, she, me. And now that I'm older, I just want to adopt the kid. I just want to adopt these kids. Yes, they would definitely be the exception to the rule for having kids. Like, if I knew that if I produced kids, they would turn out like Violet, Klaus, and Sunny, I would completely destroy my body for them. Like, okay, let's do this now. Let's get this started. But yeah, they're very exceptional kids, and it is very unfortunate what they go through. But hey, it's all for, you know, it's all for entertainment. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? I'm like looking at my notes here. What was your favorite good character, Shannon? That was another question that Catherine left for me. Your favorite good character. Hers was Sunny because she's always on top of things. I love it. I can't say Poe because he's worthless. He's not a good character and he's not a bad character. He's just nothing. I know my favorite good character in the whole series, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, I know that. But my favorite good character in the books, like in the first book, alone, Justice Strauss is just, she's nice and all, but she's too ditzy for me. She gets so distracted by the play at the end. She's like, and she's like, oh, kids. And the kids are like, hey, yo, he's trying to marry her for real, yo. And she's just like, doop, 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 doop. I like to be in a play. Doop, 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 doop. This is my dream. And, and she's too much for me. I just can't with her. She does. Sunny definitely knows what's going on before everyone else. And since she's not vocal, like she just says random words, it's hard for her. I bet it's like super frustrating to be Sunny when she's just like, oh my God. Like the way we feel about the adults is probably how Sunny feels about everyone. She's probably just like, oh my God, you people. I think yes, I like that. I like Violet's tenacity as well. I think she that I love that scene when she's trying to save her sister. Oh my goodness. Gets me in the feels. Probably because I have a sister. But yeah, I would have to say it used to be Klaus because I related to him most. But I think out of all of the good characters in the first book, I love Poe's children. I'm just kidding. They're little brats. They are like that's what real kids are like. That's like birth control right there. No, I think it would have to be Violet for me as well. I really, especially in the first book, like I said, I know who my favorite character in the whole series is. My favorite good character. But like out of the good characters in the first book, it is Violet probably. She's just she's badass. She's a badass female character, and it's good to see that in a middle grade book. Yes. Oh my goodness. I loved that as a kid growing up. Sunny's gurgly words. Yes. And they would like give this huge description. She would say one word. She'd be like, "Meh." And they'd be like, that means blah 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 blah. It's like, okay. I love that. I loved that. I thought it was so fun as a kid. Like, and to this day, it makes me laugh. No, Poe is the guy that is in charge of the Baudelaire. Woo, can't say their names right. Their fortune. He's the banker guy, the guy who's always coughing and having a coughing fit. And like they went to the bank to be like, hey, this guy hit Klaus in the face, and the guy's just like, I don't have time for you. You're a huge bank, you're a huge inheritance account, and probably paying me quite a great deal. Your parents are, but you're not important right now. I'm like, somebody fire this guy. Poe is very frustrating, and I think as the series goes on and on, he is like the real villain. I really want to punch him in the face sometimes. The judge is Justice Strauss. She's just ditzy. But yeah, Poe is just, I just can't with him. The coughing is like a main thing that really bothers me. I think that's why Lemony Snicket put that in there, because it's just like an irritating like trait. He's just like hacking all the time. He's disgusting. Oh my goodness. What else? Oh my goodness. Oh, I did mention the Netflix series. I do recommend it if you're looking for an adaptation. I don't recommend the movie. No to the movie. I did say your favorite villain. Mine is Olaf, easily. He is terrifying. Although I do like the Hook for Hands guy. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just him. Like out of the whole troop, he's the one that like always sticks in my mind, no matter where they go. Him and the woman with the painted faces sounds really freaking creepy. Ugh. And my favorite good character is Violet. Okay. What's your favorite quote? Ooh, that's a good one. Do you guys like, do you have a favorite quote that stood out for you throughout the book? I can't remember. Catherine, yours was something, page 94. I forgot what it was. Page 94. Oh, this is my favorite quote. Sorry, this isn't your favorite quote. This is my favorite quote. Oh my goodness. Oh. So my favorite quote in here is on page 94, when he's reading the book, he's reading the nuptial law book in the bedroom while Violet is sleeping, Klaus's, and he kept reading the same sentence over and over and over again. And in the book it says he found himself reading the same sentence over and over. He found himself reading the same sentence over and over. He found himself reading the same sentence over and over. That makes me laugh so hard every time. I love that. It just sums Lemony Snicket's humor up in like one little paragraph. That's all it takes. Oh, it's okay if you didn't take notes. You just enjoyed it. That's fine. You don't need it. What about your favorite? Do you have like a favorite scene in the book? Like a favorite scene that took place? I really like that quote though. It makes me giggle a lot. Did I notice anything new on the reread? I've reread this series so many times. It's probably been about 100 times, especially for the first book. I've read the first book by itself more than I've read the entire series. It's been a long time since I've read like the entire series in its entirety together. But we're going to do it. So I'm so excited. Like I said, I think the biggest thing I've noticed as an adult rereading the series is how much I care for the Baudelaire. Oh my goodness, I can't even say their names right. How awful of a host am I? I really feel for them. Like as a kid, I just kind of just related to them and just enjoyed their torment, which is awful and sounds very Slytherin-y of me. I'm a Slytherin. But yeah, I really like, as I got older, they are precious babies and I want to adopt them so much and I just want to care for them. But yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest like things that I've noticed as an adult. I definitely changed like my outlook on how I feel about the kids. Let me cough in your face. That's attractive. My favorite scene in the book, though, if I had to pick like a whole scene, there's a scene, it's really small, but I love when, it's when, I can't even remember what page it is, but there's a scene like right before Violet. Okay, yeah, I remember. Count Olaf goes out and he shows them that Sunny is hanging from that cage, which is terrifying, by the way. Can we talk about, like, there's no one on the street walking by and seeing this? Just nuts. But yeah, that scene when Violet starts to tie up her hair in a ribbon, I'm like, oh, I'm like, here we go. I'm like, she's about to go down. I'm like, you get it, girl, get it. Like that whole scene, I'm like pumped up every time I read it. I get so excited. She's just like, and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Oh my goodness. Like if those books were this whole series is rewritten, like I wish they would just leave out the fact that like, because they mentioned they're like, oh, she's starting to invent and think, and I'm like, no, you should just leave it at that. Ties a ribbon in her hair. That's it. That's all we need, because we know shit's about to go down. This girl is focusing. She's so badass. I love it. I like the part where they went shopping for the sauce ingredients and how hopeful they were to make things go well, although of course they didn't. Um, yeah, I know. That whole scene is they do that a lot in the book. Like get your hopes up, like, oh, maybe things are gonna be good. And like that whole scene, they're all hopeful and happy in the kitchen and the smell of the sauce is going and then it all goes to hell. I also love the part, the looking up recipes, and I even annotated this in my book, and I'm like, Puttanesca, I can't even say the word. I'm like, that does not sound easy to make. Girl, go to the store and get some ragu and a box of pasta, like pre-made pasta. There you go. Like that'll cost you like $3 tops, and you know that's easy. Heat the sauce up, throw it in some noodles, you're done. I'm like, I'm chopping stuff. You got capers. What even is capers? Oh, wait, it tells you what capers are. Oh, my goodness. Shannon, I feel so bad because this series is so sad almost. And well, not almost, it is. And you're just like, I love the great moments when things are good. And then they're not. The book does, the whole series does that to you. You'll get your hopes up and you'll think things are going great. And you're like, oh my gosh, yay. And then, oh yes. That's another thing. Like, I feel like if this series came out today, I don't know if it would be rated good for kids. And I feel like a lot of us, like as adults, like that's why we're so obsessed with them. Like we love them. But yeah, the baby in the cage. There are so many scenes like that are like, this should not be a kid's scene. Like when Count Olaf strikes Klaus on the face, like I'm like, whoo! I'm like, child abuse. No. Oh yeah. I think it's kind of like our world, but not really. I don't, it is set really weird. It's almost like it's set in like, I always pictured it as being like set in like London almost. Like I could totally see a series of unfortunate events being set in London. Like that would be, I could totally see it. Or another European country. I could see it set in like Italy, like Rome with the cobbled streets. I see cobbled streets. It's like initially what I see. As long as the city has cobbled streets, which doesn't happen very often in the US, so I don't think it's set in the US. And those kids are way too awesome to be American kids. Sorry, American kids, myself included. Well, I'm not a kid anymore, but sorry, Americans. Those kids are too great to be Americans. Let's be real. But yeah, I think it's supposed to be set in America. I believe, just in a different adjacent kind of world, maybe. I'm not sure. Going to get roped into each happy moment. I feel like this will be an emotional roller coaster. Yes. You are in for a ride. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that this is your first time reading them. Like I know I've said that like a million times already, but like I'm legit excited for you to be experiencing this world like all over again. Would just be phenomenal. I wish I could go back and like, oh my goodness. Although I'm sure it would be different if I read it as an adult, but yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for you to have your heart broken. That sounds miserable of me. But yeah, it's quite emotional. It does get you. I feel like that's like what makes it so great. And it's like borderline not a kid's book. And I think that's why so many of us love it as adults. I think it's great. Oh, marrying Violet. I think she's 14. 14? I think she's 14. They mentioned it at the beginning. Oh, there's another illustration right at the beginning. Sorry, I messed up. I think she's 14, right? In the first book. 14. She's 14. She's 14. Yes, marrying a 14-year-old. Yeah, this is not Romeo and Juliet. when Juliet was like 14, I think, or 15. Can't remember. Marrying a relative as well. Yeah. That whole scene is like a lot of my annotations are just ew. Yeah, it does. It is a very like European feeling book. Like I do feel like I do feel like it feels like it would be set in a European country or you know London. I guess I have to include England isn't part of the EU anymore. Ooh. Um that sounds awful. We'll not get into politics here. No, I think Romeo was a little bit older. I think he was like 16. I think he was like 17. I can't remember, but I believe in Romeo and Juliet, Romeo was significantly, not like hugely. I think he was still a teenager, but he was older than Juliet, I believe. But she was like a baby. I could do a whole nother discussion on Romeo and Juliet. Whoa, I love me some Romeo and Juliet. I could talk about it all day. Oh, your hold for the next book just came in. Yes, we're going to be reading the next book very, very soon. Like, obviously, this month, you can start the next book. I haven't made my announcement video yet. I've been behind. Freaking work got me so stressed out. I just finished my reread today and my annotating today, like before this live stream, so that we would be fresh. You should be make ill post-its. I really should just have a whole stack of ill post-its. Count Olaf is a very ill character. There's an event going on. There's a party in Romeo and Juliet. I don't think that's Violet. Woo, get my ladies mixed up. I don't think that's Juliet's birthday, but I do think she just like came of age, which in that time period was probably like 14 was like the marriable age anyway. A lot of people forget that when they read Romeo and Juliet, that like people only lived to be like 30 if they were lucky during those times. So like to get married young and to be like in love young was not a weird thing. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. Like I said, maybe we'll read Romeo and Juliet after we're done with the series of unfortunate events. I would love to do a reread of that. That's so much fun. I was doing one on my Goodreads account, and I was like commenting like as I was going and like structuring out the scenes. But whew, I could talk about that for days. So I probably shouldn't get into that. Okay, another question that Catherine had. Where would Violet work as an adult? And you said like if they worked at like a big company, where would the kids work as an adults? And you said Violet would work at Tesla, and where would the other kids work? I think Tesla is probably a really good place for Violet. I think she would work really well there. But I don't know where I don't know. I could see all the kids working together at the same place. I feel weird separating them. I feel like they would probably like start their own company, and it would probably be something to help other orphans. Like that's what I would see. I would see them starting like something to help other orphans. I could totally see them like running a foundation or something. Yeah, it feels weird to separate them. I don't know if I could do that. Klaus would work at the Library of Congress, cataloging books. Hey, Hannah. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Hi. Hey, honey. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. And she's like, no, I don't want to. Yeah, I could definitely see Klaus working in like one of the big fancy libraries. Sunny as an adult would be weird to see. Like, I don't know. I can't even imagine her as like an adult. She will never grow up. Yeah, it was a bit of a tangent. Romeo and Juliet's a bit of a tangent all on its own. Ever want to get me off topic, just mention Romeo and Juliet. It's my favorite Shakespeare play. So I could just, there's cat hair everywhere now. Thank you, Hannah. But yeah, I could talk about it forever. It's my favorite. Yeah, she's a baby. She's something. She likes the series of unfortunate events too. Not really. She doesn't know. She's a cat. She doesn't read. Come on. Although there is a picture on my Instagram of her reading with me. Sometimes it does look like she's reading with me. She likes to sit on my lap while I read and pretend to be looking at the book, but really she's probably looking at nothing. What was another question? Oh, the the Hogwarts house. What Hogwarts house would all the children be sorted into? I could tell you where all the characters would be sorted into. Count Olaf would be Slytherin, which I'm kind of sad to say because I'm a Slytherin. Klaus would be a professor of languages. That's really good too. I could see that. I could see Klaus. I could see Klaus being any professor of anything, really. Definitely, yeah. I feel, oh, I could see Sunny running a daycare as an adult. She'd have plenty of things for the kids to like teeth on. or I could see her running like a dog shelter. Yeah, like then she'd have anything that has something to do with teething. Oh, she is going, I got this. Sunny is going to run, are you ready for this? A beaver sanctuary. I got it. She's going to be running a beaver sanctuary. I almost said Bieber. I hope she's not running a beaver sanctuary. We don't need to save him, right, Hannah? No? That question is all Catherine. She like sent me a ton of tweets and I loved it because it fueled this discussion. Yeah. I think Count Olaf is definitely a Slytherin without a doubt. That like hands down. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I think Violet is definitely a beaver sanctuary. Dude, it's true. That's what Sunny would run. She would run a beaver sanctuary. She's got this. She's going to have all the wood there and everything. Oh, a dentist. Oh, that is so good. Yes, a dentist. Teeth. I wouldn't think dentist. Derp. Yes, dentist. That is so good. Oh my goodness. Derp. I had like a blonde moment. Hufflepuff. I don't know. I think Violet would be a Gryffindor. I think Justice Strauss is a Hufflepuff. I think she is. I personally would put her in Gryffindor, but yeah, I could see Hufflepuff as well. But I would say Gryffindor. I think Sunny would be a Hufflepuff. Probably because I look at her as like a baby and I think Hufflepuffs are like soft people. Not like soft as in like they feel soft or that they're like emotionally weak. I just think they're like kind people. Like out of all of the houses, I think Hufflepuffs are like the most accepting and kind. And I feel like even though Sunny is bitey, maybe she'd be a Slytherin. Maybe she'd be a Slytherin actually. Olaf Slytherin, Violet Ravenclaw, Klaus Gryffindor, Sunny Gryffindor. I think that's a good one, but I think Olaf is a Slytherin. We can all agree Olaf is a Slytherin without a doubt. Oh, and you agree about Justice Strauss? Yes, she's definitely a Hufflepuff. Violet, I would probably put in Gryffindor actually, because she's got like that caring about others spirit for me. Like I feel like, I don't know, Gryffindors always feel like they are so like caring about like adventurous and they're all like gotta save the day and heroes, and I don't know, maybe I'm just like looking at Harry Potter like himself, Harry, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what a Gryffindor is. But yeah, I think Violet would be like a Gryffindor for me. I think Klaus, since he's like super freaking smart, I think he would do well in Ravenclaw or Gryffindor. I think he would fit in both. But I feel like he would be a Ravenclaw for me, like because he's so book smart, and Ravenclaws are so fucking smart. God damn them, they're so smart. Sunny, it's really funny because I kind of feel like Sunny would either be Gryffindor, or I could see, or I could see her in Slytherin. I could see her in Slytherin. Slytherin's not a bad house, guys. We have some duds. I am a Slytherin, without a doubt. I am definitely a Slytherin. I am a very proud Slytherin. Oh my god. Yes. Poe would be Ministry of Magic. Yes, because he's incompetent, just like the Ministry of Magic is throughout most of the freaking books. Yes. 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 Oh my goodness. I know the film's better than the books. It's all right. I'm rereading the Harry Potter series for like the first time since I was a kid, and I started like last year, and I still only I have I have this one and the last one. I think that's two. I think I have two books left or three. I think I might still have Deathly Hallows as well. Oh no, I haven't read Deathly Hallows either. Is that the next one? I don't even know the order right now. No, Deathly Hallows comes after Half-Blood Prince. Derp. Yeah, I think I still have like 2 or 3 to go. And it's been a while since I've read them. So that's a whole nother roller coaster right there, because the Order of the Phoenix, Harry himself is just on his period the whole fucking book. I just can't with him. He's like a whiny baby. That's it's a whole different book series. Sorry, I'm eating Hannah's hair. She left me and left hair all over me. My best friend is Slytherin and I'm a Gryffindor. We make it work. I am so proud of you guys coming together. I have some people that I'm friends with that are definitely Gryffindors, like without a doubt. I don't know. Shannon, I think I would put you in Hufflepuff or Gryffindor, because Hufflepuff people are so freaking nice. I don't know. And I feel like you're super friendly and nice. I don't know. They're like super accepting. Hufflepuff takes everyone. They're so nice. My one friend is a Hufflepuff and I'm a Slytherin, and that's a weird combination right there. But she wants to be Gryffindor. But she does have Gryffindor elements, but I do think she's a Hufflepuff, and like she's like ashamed to say that she's a Hufflepuff, and I'm like, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in being a Hufflepuff. No shame. It's like they're nice people and they're accepting. Like, get out of here. Luna Lovegood was a Hufflepuff, right? Like, and she's badass. She's so cool. She's so weird, but she's cool. I just keep rereading the first 2 books. Oh yeah, it's I don't know. The series is so Harry Potter, like I said, it came out around the same time the series Unfortunate Events came out. So like, I don't know, it was super hyped for a long time and I kind of got burnt out. And I think that's like part of the reason why I'm not like huge into Harry Potter. Like I love Harry Potter, but like I think it's weird to say that you don't. But I mean, anyone who's read Harry Potter enjoys them. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's hard. They're hard to get through. Plus to become more like, they get so dark and it's great. That's when it starts to get good. Once you get past Harry's period, that book, once you get past that, it starts to get really good. So you just have to stick it out, Shannon, to get past the kid years. And then once Harry starts to like mature a little bit, Harry, you know what? You want to know something really funny? Sorry, this is supposed to be about series Unfortunate Events. This is my last little tidbit about Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my least favorite character in Harry Potter. I like him even less. Like, I like Voldemort more than I like Harry Potter. I mean, I am a Slytherin, so that's probably like saying something. But yeah, I like as a character. Not as a person, but as a character. Harry Potter's my least favorite character. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure Luna was at Hufflepuff. I'm pretty sure, right? I can't even remember. Oh my god. See, I'm terrible. I don't care about anyone but myself. I'm a Slytherin. That's awful. It's awful to say. Oh my goodness. My favorite Harry Potter character. Oh, we're back on Harry Potter again. I think it's I really yeah, Voldemort over Harry Potter. Don't tell anyone. I'm giving a bad name to my house. I think as a character as a whole, I really loved Snape growing up. I really loved Snape. But I really loved him so much. Everyone hated him and I loved him so much, like all the time growing up. But I think Sirius Black is probably one of my favorite characters of all time. No, actually, no, it's Lupin, the werewolf guy. That's what I call him, the werewolf guy. Professor Lupin. Definitely. He's my favorite. I love him. I love him so much. Oh no, Beatrix Lestrange is so great. Oh my god, I love her. Okay, I'm done. And all who watch the live stream, right? This is only going to be public on the internet, and everyone's going to see my opinion. Ooh, this is a really good series of unfortunate events related question. Here we go. Someone posted on Twitter, and I loved it. I retweeted it. That series of unfortunate events that the characters, like the three orphans, they beat out Harry Potter. Series of unfortunate events is better than Harry Potter, and I have to agree. And then like it went on this whole like the thread after, like the thread afterwards was awesome. It was just talking about how the Baudelaire children are so much better than the three kids in the main three in Harry Potter. Like Hermione, I cannot say her name lately. What is wrong with me? Her, Harry, and Ron, like the Baudelaire kids top them anytime. And I'm like, yes. Like Violet, Klaus, and Sunny would give those three a run for their money. I'm saying. Just saying. Maybe the Harry Potter would have been a whole different story if those kids would have went there. And I wish they would have, because it would have been better than what's going to happen. Or what is happening. Oh, poor kids. Oh my goodness. Does anyone have any other questions? I think that's all of the questions that Catherine gave me. I believe so. It's just so good. It would be so good. We should like, I need to write, I don't write very well, but we should all get together and write fan fiction about it. I'm like trying to drink water out of here. There's nothing in here. There's like a drop. Nope. Yeah, it would be interesting. I think the three kids would really give them a run for their money, especially if they were all ended up being sorted in like the same house. Woo! They better watch out. I could see Klaus and Hermione. Why can't I say her name? What is wrong with me? I think they would be like adorable, like a couple. I want them to be together. Sorry, Ron, get out of the picture. I think they would be so compatible. I ship them hard. I think I've met my quota. Yeah, you did. It was great. I'm super grateful, because I probably would have just been rambling forever, which I am anyway, but you know. Sunny could totally take on Ron. That was one of the comments in the thing, was like Ron would get like his ass kicked by Sunny. She would just bite him and he would cry like a little baby. My money is on Sunny. Yes, Sunny is fierce. I love her. Oh my goodness, she's great. Luna would totally learn Sunny's language. Yes, they would be best friends. That's why I wanted to put Sunny in Hufflepuff. Oh my goodness. They would be like besties. Like, it'd be great. Oh my goodness. She would like go out of her way to learn Sunny's language too. And she probably would have like no problem learning it, because it's Luna and she's kooky. Oh my goodness, yes. I want Sunny to go to Hogwarts. There's still time. Oh my goodness. How old is Klaus? He's like 12 or 10 or 11. There's still time. They could be late admittance. I can talk. You don't ever say, oh, he's 12, yes. Oh my gosh. Let me be Poe for you guys. Cough in your face. You really should get that looked at. I mean, that can't be good. Can't be good to keep coughing. Like, does he have like a cold the entire book? I don't understand. Does he have allergies? I need to know. Does he have like some kind of like something wrong with his lungs? Like, I mean, this guy, maybe that's why he's so oblivious. He's too busy coughing, which he is in so many parts of the book. He like ignores what they hear because he can't, because he's too busy coughing. Oh my goodness, yes. I will be announcing about book 2 very, very shortly. Very shortly. I'll put up an announcement very soon. And you can start whenever. I'm just going to run it until next month. And yeah. And I will announce the live show whenever I announce that video. But yeah, yes, I'm so grateful that you're joining in on the read along. I hope you enjoy book 2. It's I'm not going to lie, it's one of my favorites in the whole series. I love book 2 a lot. I'm a little biased, but I love book 2. And I think you'll really enjoy it too. But yeah, so I'll see you. Goodbye. But I hope you enjoy it. I'm so happy that you're a series of unfortunate events virgin. So any other questions, or are we all going to bed? I'm not going to bed, but I do have some reading to get done. Not really. Let's be real. Catherine should get to sleep as well, because don't you have to work like early in the morning? I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Shannon. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that you're participating. It makes me so happy, especially since this is your first time reading it. I love to have someone who's new to the series. It's so great. Can't wait to continue. Oh my goodness. I am like staring at this empty glass of water. Well, I think that's about it, though, for me, too. I think I'm going to shut this down because I think Miss Catherine needs to get to sleep. And I think I've answered all of your questions or have asked all of your questions. Yeah. And probably read. Yes, I will probably be doing the same thing. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end it here because I think we're at like hour and a half mark. It's good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with book 1. I will be doing a actual video on book 1 as well, like an actual formal video for you guys, and it'll like go up soon once I get around to it. And then we will announce the read along for the next book, which is Reptile Realm, and I love Reptile Realm. It's so good. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm so excited about this one. Yeah, we're just going to read that for the month of April. April, is that what this month is? And then we'll go into the rest of the series. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I am so glad that you're participating in the read along. I'm so happy. And especially, I'm super grateful for your questions because I would have just came in here and just rambled about nothing, which like I said, I did anyway, but you know. But yeah, I'm so excited to continue, and I'm so glad that a couple people came to the live stream. This was enough that it was engaging for me and fun. I was so worried that no one was going to come and I'd just be talking to myself. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go, and I will see you guys in the next live stream, and I will see you guys here on YouTube anyway, in my other videos, and on Twitter, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to go. So thank you so much for participating. And we will see you in the next live stream with the next book. And I cannot wait to read it. Ooh. Bye. Good night.